Hey, Miss Margie. Hey, everybody coming in. How's everybody's day? I hope everybody's having a great day. This is not going to be real long because I know a couple other people are going to do a live tonight, but this is going to be my first episode of Nurse Jackie. And if y'all have any questions, y'all can ask. I'm going to drop the link. If anybody wants to come up, they can come up. Um, so, all my health issues started back in 2012. Um, my health issues are hereditary. I got my high blood pressure and all that was hereditary from my family. My mother and father, they both had high blood pressure. Okay, the doctor said if high blood pressure is hereditary, it's hard to treat and maintain. I had been on blood pressure medication since 2012. In 2012, my daughter was 25 weeks pregnant at the time, and she went into a coma. The baby was born at 27 weeks. My daughter came out the coma and came home, and my younger kid's dad passed away. He had a heart attack at home, and I had to do CPR on him. And that caused me to have PTSD. He didn't make it. Um, it was traumatic. So the baby came at 27 weeks and she was in the hospital for 4 months. She came out of the hospital at 4 months old weighing 5 pounds. Okay, so getting back to the high blood, I was in and out of the hospital, in and out, in and out, in and out with my blood pressure because they couldn't get it under control. So coming up to November 3rd of 2017, at 1 o'clock in the morning, I woke up with some, my chest felt like it was going to bust. It actually felt like an elephant was on my chest. I go to our local hospital, and honest to God, these people let me lay in their hospital for 12 hours having a heart attack. They did not do EKG. They do not do troponin level, through blood draw. They can draw your blood and tell, if you're having a heart attack. They did not do any of that. And it was a lawsuit. It was a lawsuit against the hospital. So they transferred me to the next hospital. That hospital transferred me to Moses Cone, straight into surgery. I had 2 blockages. One was 80%, the other was 100%. So they done the one surgery, the 100% blockage, that Friday, the same day I got there. That Monday, they done the second surgery, which they put stents in my arteries connected to my heart. So, it opened up my arteries so the blood could flow through. At that time, I had a heart ejection, which, is heart function. My heart functioning was 36%. So, after I had my heart attack, I went back to work. In 13 days, I was back to work with the heart function of 36%. Okay. So that was that November. That January, between 5 different doctors, 3 different surgeons, no one thought to put me on Lasix. Okay. So February of 2018, I went into fluid overload. Okay. My body was not putting out the fluid. My hands didn't swell up. My belly didn't swell. My feet didn't. The doctor says I have hidden signs and symptoms, which means I don't show any signs of having congested heart failure. So I went into fluid overload. So they had to insert a catheter. Everybody knows what a catheter is. And in 1 hour, they drained 2.5 fluids off of my body. I was literally drowning in my own fluids. When I got to the hospital that night, I was gurgling. Like, it sounded like somebody was pouring water down my throat. I was gurgling. And I don't remember anything after that. I don't. From the day that I had my heart attack, which was a Friday, to that Tuesday, I don't remember anything. My husband said he came up to the hospital, he fed me, he bathed me. I don't remember any of that. Those 4 days of my life, I do not remember. 2 days after going into fluid overload, I don't remember any of that. I don't remember nothing. So I do take Lasix now. I'm on blood thinners and aspirin therapy. So we're going to go from the fluid overload to November of 2019, I had a brain aneurysm. Yes, I had a brain aneurysm. So they had to go inside, which they went through my artery and went up to my brain, and they put a stent in my brain to take care of the brain aneurysm. Had it not been done when it was done, it could have popped, I could have died, or I would have ended up with some type of brain damage, you know. So going from the brain aneurysm, 2020, May, found out that I have a tumor on my left adrenaline gland. But they keep an eye on it. I have to go every 6 months and, let them check it. So it's not growing. It's just stagnated in one spot. And it's not growing. It's not cancerous. Thank God it's not cancerous. But it's just sitting there. It's not growing. As long as it don't grow, they're not going to do anything about it. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't cause me any issues, or nothing like that. Now, hey, everybody coming in. I appreciate y'all for coming. Now, here's my immediate issue. My left carotid artery has a blockage. Right now, it is at 59%. They won't do any surgery or, anything like that until it's at 75%, which I'm hoping it doesn't reach because, like I said, I'm on the blood thinners and I have changed my diet. And, I try to not forget to take my medicine. But when my daughter died, it was a few days that I missed taking my medicine. So coming up to October of 2022 is when I found out I had alpha-gal. I don't know if y'all know what alpha-gal is. But alpha-gal will cause your blood pressure to drop. So I came home from work one morning and I took my bath and got ready to lay down. And I told my husband, I said, baby, something's wrong. Something don't feel right. I go to the emergency room and they kept me. My blood pressure had dropped to 76/41, which caused me to have an acute kidney injury because I was still eating beef because I didn't know I had alpha-gal. Alpha-gal, you cannot eat red meats. You can't have pork. You can't have dairy products. And you can't have anything with gluten in it. There's no treatment for it other than, eating turkey, chicken, and fish. I mean, that's it. I can't have bread. I can't have biscuits anymore. If I go, I don't even go out to eat breakfast anymore because there's no breakfast I can eat. Okay, I can't have sausage, bacon. I can't have none of that. And I ain't found nobody anywhere that can cook turkey bacon and it tastes like bacon. I just, I can't have, regular hamburgers and steaks and stuff like that. So it's a lot going on in my life. The discoloration, I know y'all seen the discolorations on my hands. That comes from bruises. I bruise real easy. And after being bruised so many times in the same place, my skin becomes discolored. And there's nothing I can do about that either. I mean, I don't look at it as a bad thing. I look at it as my battle scars, battles that I have won. Because when I went in the hospital for the fluid overload, the doctor told me that that was as close to death as I could get without dying. So I have night fears, and let me explain to y'all about the night fears, okay? In 2019, my grandbaby was murdered. She was 9 months pregnant. She was killed on her due date. She was supposed to have the baby December the 7th of 2019. She was murdered that night. So I was sleeping when I got that call. When I had my heart attack, I was sleeping. When I went into fluid overload, I was sleeping. February the 9th, I got the phone call about my daughter. I was sleeping. Everything traumatic that has happened in my life, I was sleeping. So I go to bed at night and I lay in the bed and I listen to whoever's live and I wait to see the crack of dawn. Then I'll go to sleep because I am terrified to go to sleep. So I'll go to sleep maybe 6:30 in the morning, and I'll wake up 9:30, 10 o'clock. Me and sleep are not friends because I'm scared if I go to sleep, something bad's going to happen. And it's just, my life gets hard sometimes. And sometimes it gets to the point where, I don't want to go to a doctor anymore. I don't want to take pills anymore. But I can't do that because I have these 8 kids in my house. So I have to be strong for the kids. I got to be here to take care of the kids. That's pretty much my life, y'all. I mean, my mom and dad had high blood pressure, and I got that from them. My brothers and sisters are all fine. None of them had the blood pressure issues, heart issues, none of that. But their bodies are breaking down. Shoulder replacement, hips, knees. Their bodies broke down on the outside. Mine is just broke down on the inside. And when you have to take these pills to stay alive, it's just a bit much. But I did have my blood work done last week, and my good cholesterol is good. My bad cholesterol is good. My sodium intake was a little high. It was a little high. So I eat oodles and noodles. So I got to stop eating the noodles. Because that and plain potato chips with hot sauce. I got to cut back on my sodium. But other than that, I mean, I do try to eat healthy. I do. But I get tired of chicken and fish and turkey. Some nights I just eat the sides. But if y'all have any questions, y'all can ask. But when I went for my last stress test, my heart function had come up though. It came up from 36 to 46. I do can't handle the truth. I like eggplant. I like squash. I like asparagus. I like Brussels sprouts. I love all vegetables. It's not a vegetable that I don't eat. I even like relish. I like all vegetables. I mean, I just love it. I I grew up. My mom and dad had gardens. My mama would go to the grocery store and pretty much all she would buy was flour, cornmeal, sugar, cooking oil, butter, stuff like that. Because my grandpa raised hogs and cows and chickens. So our meats came from my grandpa. Yeah, can't handle the truth. I just cooked me a pot of baby lima beans one day last week with some brown rice. The only thing I miss about not eating, being able to eat beef is I miss going to Kickback Jacks and getting me a steak and a loaded baked potato. I miss that. I miss a good juicy steak. Nothing can take the place of a good old steak. So it's this website. I can't remember the name of it. I have to look it up again. Um, they sell ostrich meat, and a girl I work with said that it tastes just like a regular steak. It's kind of expensive, but I am going to order some ostrich meat and see what it tastes like. I cannot have lamb. I cannot have like organs. Like I can't have chicken livers anymore because it's an organ. I cannot take any type of pill that is gel form or in a capsule. I can't. So it's hard for me. Like my kids like going out to eat. And the last time we went out to eat, I got sick because I don't know if maybe they cooked the chicken on the same grill that they cooked the steak, and it made me sick, the cross contamination. But fighting with the alpha gal is so hard. I mean, it's so much harder than fighting with my heart issues. I've never tried it, Raina, but I'm going to. And when I do, I'm going to show you when I'm cooking it, and then I'm going to let you know what it tastes like. But this nurse that I work with, she said it tastes just like a regular steak. You would not know it's not beef. So I'm going to try, and I'm going to let you guys know. I can't have pork because of the affogal. I'm a, I'm allergic to it, really. I mean, I have an EpiPen and all. Okay, I got affogal. The way I got affogal is last summer, the 4th of July, we were doing our fireworks, and I was sitting outside. The next day, I found 3 little ticks on me. They had, got into my skin. They had lanched on. And 2 days after I took the ticks off of me, it was fine. It didn't hurt. It didn't bother me. But 2 days later, me and my husband went out to eat. And I had got some butter grits, bacon, and toast, and, a sunny side up egg on my grits. As soon as I finished eating, I got sick. And when I say sick, I literally threw my guts up, like instantly. And I went to the hospital and they said I had a stomach virus, this, that, and the third. And this was in July. From July to August. In July, I weighed 133 pounds. So I'm eating from July till October. I'm still eating, normal, the beef, the pork, or whatever, but I would get deadly sick. Like, I mean, I couldn't get out of the bed sick. And they run every test in the world they could run, and they couldn't find anything. They couldn't figure out why I was throwing up. I mean, I was in the hospital 4, 5, 6 days. So me and my husband, this is in October, me and my husband had went to this place, a burger joint. It's called Pete's Burger. They have the best burgers you ever eat. I mean, the best burgers. Hey, everybody coming in. So we stopped and got us a burger, a super burger. It had the works on it: lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, onions, mustard, mayonnaise, you name it. It was bacon. It was on that burger. I had unwrapped the burger and got ready to take a bite when I got the phone call. And it was from the doctor's office. And she said, whatever you do not eat any red meats, pork. My baby, I love you. No pork, no dairy, no nothing. She said, because where your numbers, when they do this test, is in the hundreds, my numbers was 650,000. She said one more bite of beef would have killed me. So I was disappointed. I broke down. I started crying because, child, hamburgers and steaks, my all-time favorites. I mean, I could eat a hamburger and steak every day. I have steaks in my freezer right now, but because I can't eat them, my kids won't eat them. So, I mean, what am I going to do with these steaks I got in the freezer? And these steaks are fresh because they came from a cattle rancher who lives right down the road from us. Whenever he kills, he'll say, come down here and get this meat. I mean, we got fresh ground beef. We got fresh steaks. We got all that in the freezer. And what can we do with it? My husband can't eat beef because he gets gout in his foot. And, red meat's called gout to flare up. So it's like the kids, when my daughter found out about my sickness, and would make spaghetti, she would make mine different from them. They would have beef and I would have turkey. But then when they started eating the turkey spaghetti, they don't want beef anymore. So it's like when I changed my diet, they changed theirs also. Now, 2 of my kids, when we have spaghetti, they don't want any type of meat in it. They just want the noodle and the sauce. But everybody in the house has changed their diets. We don't do the beef or the pork anymore. I will be tested again July of 2025. Alpha-Gal stays 2 years. You're allergic to the red meats for 2 years as long as I don't get bitten again. But, y'all, I'll have to start my count back over because March the 15th, I got it written down on my calendar. I had another tick on me. And it was the tick that causes alpha-gal is called the Long Star. He's black and he's got a white dot on his back. It doesn't happen to everybody. I mean, I've pulled these same ticks off of my husband and nothing. We cutting down trees in the back of our house, to widen up our backyard. And one night I got 15 ticks off of this man and nothing's happened to him. I had the 3 little ticks on me and first time I ever had a tick on me. That was the first time ever having a tick. And it was 3 little teeny tiny baby ticks. And I end up sick. Meanwhile, this man can get 500,000 ticks on him and he'd be all right. I mean, I do have all these health issues. I do. Um, I worked as, a nurse for all these years. And working at the hospital, you do CNA work, you do nurse work, you do housekeeping work. So I was in there, with a heart issue, flipping 300-pound people. But I did forget to tell y'all, November the 26th of 2021, I did end up getting a heart defibrillator. Because at that time my heart function was low. It was 36%. So I did end up getting a heart defibrillator. It hasn't shocked me yet. They say it hurts when it do. But so far mine hasn't, I'm just not allowed to use vacuum cleaners. I can't hold my phone to my left ear. I can't stand close to the microwave. I put my food in the microwave and take off running because I'm not supposed to, be close to the microwave. But I'm thankful to be alive because technically I should have been dead. But by the grace of God, I'm not. And on my next Nurse Jackie, I am going to go more into congested heart failure. Truth is supposed to join me because she has the same issues. She has congested heart failure also. What else? That's about it. Well, in November, I did have some cancer removed. I didn't have to have radiation or none of that. They just went in and cut it. And it was on my thigh, on the inner thigh. They just cut it. Well, she cut it and biopsied it and then called me back. I had to go back in the office so she could cut around, the margin of the cancer to make sure she got all the cancer. And when she sent that tissue off, she called me back like 6 days later, and she told me all the margins was clean. So that cancer is gone. I don't have that to worry about. I did my bone density test. My bones are okay. Because I smoked, she wanted to do the lung scan. My lungs are fine. No issues with my lungs. My issue is just my heart. And my PTSD. I do go on the 12th for my first visit with my psychiatrist. And yes, I'm going to see a psychiatrist, y'all. Because between the death of my dad last year and then my daughter this year, it's just traumatic. It's just, I feel like my heart can't take anymore. I talk to my daughter, my oldest daughter, a lot because her daughter is the one that was murdered in 2019. And we talk a lot and we cry a lot. And it's just, sometimes you need to talk to somebody that doesn't know your life, So, and I don't mean, and this is not a pity party or being sad or nothing. This is what my series is going to be about: real life health issues. Now, when I get deeper in it, I just want everybody to know that my treatment isn't somebody else's treatment. I'm not giving medical advice, none of that. I'm just saying, what my issues are. Thank you, Georgia. I'm not giving out medical advice by no means at all. I'm just telling you guys you know, what my treatments are. So, can't handle truth. I know you said you wanted to join in on one of them. We can talk about thyroid issues or whatever you want to talk about. I mean, you're more than welcome to join the panel and speak on your health issues. I mean, Raina, you and your weight loss journey, I would love to hear about it. Maybe you can give me tips on something, that is good to eat that, that I might would enjoy. I mean, I Slay, baby, you go through a lot. You want to join the panel and go over some of your stuff. That's fine too. I mean, it's healthy people out there, but some people have hidden conditions that they don't even know about. And I mean, I just if I could help somebody, then it's okay. Can't handle. If I can reach out to somebody about, not the health issues, but sad things that's happened in your life. If you're going through a death or something, I mean, we can talk about it. We can, sometimes it's better to let it out than to hold it in. So, but anyway, I finally, after fighting from 2017, was approved for my disability. So that gives me more time to spend with the kids. I get to stay home. Okay, baby. I get to stay home and, just take care of the babies. My husband will be, sometimes out of town. And so that's that. Okay, Asley. Hey, baby, how are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's check that information. Ooh.
You doing good today?
Virginia.
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Okay, I can hear you. You
Okay.
said,
How you
oh,
doing
yeah, I
today?
can hear you. I'm okay.
Did you
Yeah,
have
I
something
can
you want to talk?
hear you.
You have something you want to talk about?
You hear an echo up here. Oh, I hate that. You can hear me, right?
Yeah. Let me mute and see if it makes it better for you. Okay.
Okay. My voice kind of messed up too, y'all. Oh, shoot. It's like it's delayed or something. I hate it.
You sound good.
Mm, I can't tell because then I hear when I talk and then I hear like a duplicate.
We can hear you pretty good. You sound good.
Okay, I can hear you, then I hear you again, like twice. I
So
don't know what's wrong with this thing. It's crazy. I hate when they do that though.
Okay, let me mute and you talk and see if it does it to yourself, okay? Let me mute.
Oh my, wait a minute, wait a
Okay, I guess she's having technical problems. No, baby, I don't want no grapes. Thank you, though. Maybe she'll try to come back up, y'all. Hey, Life Lessons, how are you? Thank you for joining. You want to try again? But y'all, I'm glad y'all came by today. I really am. How does she? I don't even know that. How does she mute YouTube, y'all? How does she do that?
Y'all can't figure it out.
It's not. It's on her end.
Oh.
It's not my speaker. You want to just try to come back up and see if it's different? Can't handle the truth. Do any of you guys have any questions y'all would like to ask? Okay, can't handle the truth. It's okay, baby. Thank you for trying to come up anyway.
That.
It's okay, sis. We'll do it again. We'll try it again. But I appreciate you guys for stopping by. If y'all have any questions. If not, then I'm gonna go ahead and go. Who's Raina? Who's going live tonight? Who's doing a series tonight? And y'all, I'm sorry that this live isn't, laughy and all this, but like I said, I'm just gonna do, medical issues. You come on and say, okay, Raina, I'll be there. Now later tonight, way later tonight, the girls want to dance, so we're going to do a dance, and I'm gonna let them dance, and it won't stay up because I'll get copyrighted for the music, but they want to dance, so I'm gonna let them dance tonight. But Raina, that'll be way after you. It'll probably be somewhere around 10, 11 o'clock when I let them do that. So, I let them get that workout in, then they'll take their shower and they'll go to bed and go right on to sleep. So I'm gonna let them do that. And I'll be doing videos here and there. But anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all for stopping by. And I don't know when I'll do another Nurse Jackie. Like I said, I need to get in touch with Truth and see when she's free, because she wanted to do the congested heart failure too. Okay, Raina. I'll be through before the end. I only give them like 30 minutes because the second baby is going in for surgery on the 23rd, and she gets out of breath quick now. So we won't be, I only give them 30 minutes to dance and cut the fool, They'll do a couple dances and have a little fun, and that's it. Thank you, Georgia, for coming by. If y'all have any questions after live, just put them in the chat box. I'll answer your questions the best I can. But like I said, I'm not giving any medical advice. I'm just telling people my issues. I'm not telling people what to go do. If you feel like you're having a heart attack, go to your local emergency room. If you feel like something is really wrong, I was having headaches every day. That's how I finally went to the emergency room. And that's when I found out about the brain aneurysm. So if you guys, if something doesn't feel right with you and your body and something's not right, do not hesitate to go to your local emergency room. Because the night I had my heart attack, it woke me up and it felt like, I couldn't breathe, and I kept waiting and waiting and waiting. So finally I did go to the emergency room. And like I said, the first hospital let me lay there for 12 hours having a heart attack, didn't do nothing, didn't give me nothing, kept just giving me Haldol and knocking me out, till finally my husband had to go up there. And they transferred me to one hospital, and then they transferred me to the bigger hospital. So if you feel like something is wrong and you're not getting the satisfaction or the treatment you think you deserve, don't hesitate to go to the emergency room. If you don't have insurance, it's all right. They cannot refuse to treat you. Okay? Always put your health first. Always. Don't hesitate when you wake up and know something is going on and it doesn't feel right. Please don't waste any time seeking treatment. Okay. Like I said, heart attacks affect people differently. When my younger kid's daddy was having his heart attack, he knew he was having a heart attack. And I took his blood pressure, and it was so high that the blood pressure cuff couldn't even read it. That's how high his blood pressure was. He was laying down, and he stood up. When he stood up, he fell over, and he was out. And me and my daughter was doing CPR on him until the ambulance got there. But he had a massive heart attack. And the doctor told us no matter what we done, no matter how much CPR we done, nothing could save him. When they did his autopsy, they said his heart literally burst. So if you guys feel something that's not right, please go get checked. Don't hesitate. Don't put your health on the back burner. Don't say, okay, I'll wait till tomorrow and go get it checked, or I got a doctor appointment 2 weeks from now, I'll get it checked. Don't do that. Don't. So, y'all, please take care of yourself. Always put you first. Put your health first. And that's that. I appreciate you guys. I really do. It means a lot to me. And the next segment will be a little longer and more in depth of congested heart failure. Okay. Not everybody that has a heart attack ends up with congested heart failure, and not everybody that ends up with congested heart failure has a heart attack. It just happens. I am on this health journey with the new diet. And honestly, it's been since October since I've had any beef or pork, and I actually feel good. I mean, some days I do have stomach issues, like I'll sneak and eat some cheese, and I know I'm not supposed to, but I love cheese, and it'll make my stomach hurt, and it'll make me lay down for a couple of days. But I want to say once again, thank everybody for coming and joining me. And like I said, I don't know when I'll do the next Nurse Jackie. Like I said, I go to my psychiatrist the 12th. I might even take y'all with me. Shoot, everybody needs a little help every now and then, okay? Mentally. Everybody needs a mental break. And just sit somewhere and just, meditate, concentrate on you. But guys, I appreciate you. I love each and every one of you. Thanks for stopping by. Thumbs up the live for me, please. And for now, thank you, Georgia. But sometimes I don't feel like it. Sometimes I feel like sometimes I just feel lost. Like I get depressed. I have a pill pad that I have to fill. It's 7 days, day and night pad. And when I sit here and put these pills in there, and I'm thinking to myself, why me? Like, it's hard to explain, y'all. It is. It's like, I'll give you the shirt off my back and literally walk home with no shirt on. I'll give you the last dollar I have. I've always taken care of older people and children. Yeah, I even go and pick up a stray dog if I see a dog side the road and bring him home. My husband told me I had to quit doing that. But I will foster a dog until somebody else, I'll post a dog and say, free to a good home and, whatever. But he told me I had to quit picking up dogs and children because I do have a child here. He's my child now. He's not blood related, but he's my child. His biological mom passed away yesterday. So we're dealing with that right now. I try to be strong and comfort him, even though they weren't close, but she was still his mom. That was still his mom, and may she rest in peace. It's just so much going on. And when I tell y'all, it's a lot going on in my life. It's a lot going on in my life. My baby has been sick since January, and I've been fighting these doctor at the doctor, hospital visit at the hospital visit, until finally I cussed the doctors out. And now they finally scheduled her surgery. And it's like, When she talks now, she's 11 years old. When she talks, it sounds like she's been to the dentist and got cotton balls in her mouth. You cannot understand her. Her adenoids are swollen. She collects a lot of mucus in her throat. It won't come up and it won't go down. She's lost a lot of weight. She can't eat right. She chokes when she eats certain foods. So when I tell y'all I have a lot going on in my life, I have a lot going on in my life. I'm still going through legal things with my daughter's death and her child. When I tell y'all my life is difficult, it is. When Raina can't handle the truth or Money Boy go live, I got my earbuds on. That's where I find my peace, because I can get away from my life and listen to what's going on in somebody else's life. You know, like I said, most nights I lay in my bed and I put a little crack in my curtain so I can see when the sun comes up. And when I see the sun comes up, that's when I go to sleep. My husband said I need to start smoking weed. That's what my husband said. Well, that's what my doctor said too. She said I need to start smoking weed too, because I have issues, child, Lord Jesus. And I'm going to quit talking about it before I start crying, because I will cry. I mean, I'm a big crybaby. I am. But y'all, I appreciate you. I love each and every one of you, and may God bless you. May he fulfill your dreams, your wants, your needs. Bless your family. Bless your home. I love you all. And on that note, we're going to say goodbye so I can get dinner started, so I can join Raina. I don't want to miss Raina. I need to laugh. Georgia, I do. I mean, like I said, me and my daughter talks a lot because she knows the feeling of losing a child. But not only did she lose a child, she also lost a grandchild in the same day. Like I said, my granddaughter was 9 months pregnant. She was murdered on December the 7th, which was her due date. They done the autopsy on December the 10th, which is why it's hard for me on my birthday, because December 10th is my birthday. They done the autopsy on December 10th to take the baby out. The baby weighed 9 pounds and some ounces. I can't remember the ounces, but he was a full-grown baby. He was a baby. The guy that murdered her, shot her in the head, was the baby's daddy. It was her boyfriend at the time. He killed her and the baby. He's still in jail. No bond, no bail, no. He can't get any of that. So they did have his trial set. They had to postpone the trial because the same gun he used on my granddaughter was used on another person 3 weeks prior to my granddaughter being murdered. So when I tell you guys I'm fighting and I'm struggling, I really am. I really am. But that's another subject that we would get more into. The thing about my granddaughter and my daughter, and I'm going to post pictures of them. My daughter and granddaughter look so much alike. And it's unbearable. So when I think of one, I automatically think of the other because they look so much alike. So when I say y'all pray for me, yo, honey, y'all, I need them prayers. I do. But God is good. I never questioned him why. I was raised, you don't question God. God does his thing for a reason, and it's not for us to ask him why. Or, I was angry for a little bit, and sometimes I feel like God doesn't like me. I really do. Sometimes I feel like he doesn't like me because it's so much. Me and my husband got married January the 18th of 2019. My mom passed away the next day. And we had snow. It had snowed, so I couldn't get to my mom. And it was like, y'all, I'm thankful to be alive because, like I said, I should have died. I should have died in 2017. I should have died. And the doctor said so. He said so. But, thank God for, giving these surgeons and doctors the brain and the ability to do what they do to take care of people in their time of need. But anyway, y'all, I'm really going to go this time. Like I said, I appreciate y'all. And when I schedule the next Nurse Jackie, I'll let y'all know. But in the meantime, in between time, may God bless you each and every one. I hope you have a wonderful night. Raina, I'll see you on 227. And with that being said, as always, peace, love, and happiness.